No, okay, guys, we're back. At least I think we're back. I think we got it back. There were slightly extra folds to the aircraft, and I wanted to get rid of them to make sure that this was actually going to work, because it wasn't working. So there's still a cant to the side that's not supposed to be there. I can definitely see yours. OE's bird here is definitely going to benefit from my hanging up flank. And the hanger that I got, the hang up. Okay, see, it flies pretty good out here in this wind. The nose fights the wind really good. The plan form doesn't really invite for any nose up attitude. It actually spends most of its time kind of pedaling the ground. And there's a lot of stressor here. You can see the centerline fold there is creaking because, God, the other way it wants to go. Pinch hold. See, the crease there in the fuselage is forming because of the extra weight here in the nose. So whenever it hits, it really crushes that. Plus, of course, that's where you're supposed to hold it. So those are some interesting clouds. Front's moving in, so it's pushing up on these clouds and forming a form of a mattis, even though it's too cold for a thunderstorm. We're not supposed to get thunderstorms today, but very wavy, pretty clouds in this. God. And Warhawk is just confused by this situation, I'd like to add. I mean, the first couple flights out here were good. And she's got to be tweaked because her wings have to be just so to get to fly appropriately. Other than that, it doesn't fly that bad. It flies pretty good. Like I said, there's no pitch up. I'm debating on whether or not that is actually construed due to this wind situation out here, or her. That's pretty cool. Flew like a bird, like about 4 inches off the ground for 30 feet. I like to assume it's a wind situation. Hard to tell if it's a wind situation. And I can't really, if I'm picking you up and holding you descriptions of how it flies, really making me mad that it's flying out that way. I'm trying to, describe, give you a rundown of how this thing is flying. And tweaking is like, okay, set the camera down, tweak, pick it back up, fly. It's not really conducive to that. I don't really like doing that, so. Well, the bottom line is the thing's flying pretty good. Bird is okay. Its flight's changing because our wind now is actually in the process of changing. It's coming more from this direction than this direction, which is more of a southerly. That's due south. It's the southeast. It's coming out the southeast more, so. Ironically enough here, my hot pink versions of the upright fin version here, these things are doing pretty good out here. They're suffering from the wind and what may be a weight distributions problem because their noses are renowned for being a little bit thick. They've got essentially what is a two-nose fold in there. There's a lot of weight forward of my fingers. Just back is actually the point where your finger's supposed to hold it, but just for, yeah, there you go. That's about where you hold it to throw it. And just forward of that, a lot of weight. And I'm sure that's because it's camera shy. It was doing just fine before. That's not a weather situation. The weather situation hasn't changed. It's being camera shy. It's like they always are. Oh, by the way, the ground level humidity is decent. The wind is essentially taking it away. However, there is water down there. Like, if you kneel, you will be wet pretty soon. I've gotten that way, but that's better. So that's a pretty good attack profile for this plane. So it's ironic that I downshot Venom NG because this one could come right along and take the job if I don't give it to the Team Diamond examples, which is also a very tempting proposition. But it's ironic that I downgrade Venom and this one's finally performing and I have enough numbers for it to perform to see what exactly it is I can do with this plane. And let me tell you, if it keeps looping like that though, it's not going to do much. I don't really want to have this one in as my bird of choice, bird of the future, and especially my battlefield air and interdictor when this thing is not actually that long of a distance a flyer. Okay, hold on again. Commercial break.